Okay, I've got this vision of building a really fancy modern restaurant and putting it on a penthouse lot in The Sims 4. I do not use penthouses enough in this game, and I also never think to put community lots on them, and I don't really know why. Because by default in San Myshuno, there is a lounge on one of the penthouses, but I just don't ever think about replacing it with a custom venue. But I was looking around and I was thinking that maybe this lot in like the downtown section of this world could be a fun place to put an expensive restaurant, especially with like everything here being so date focused. And I feel like I'm always wishing I had more restaurants because I kind of want to have restaurants in all of the different worlds, kind of fitting different styles of food and different price ranges, some more casual, some more nice. But I don't remember if I've ever built one in this world, and this is a good place to put one because it's so date focused. So we could make a really nice, romantic, and expensive restaurant, I think, here. This lot isn't very big, which is also honestly probably a good thing because we don't need it to be humongous. But imagine like some indoor and some outdoor seating, some nice fairy lights, maybe like some kind of fountain water feature or something. I don't know. This is a little bit abnormal for me, but I think I might actually start by picking the menu. So I'll change it into a restaurant. Like, what does the Italian menu have by default, for example? I'm kind of curious to look through some of this. I think I'd rather do it myself though. What about a seafood restaurant? Oh my. Nah, let's do it custom. I want to do my own. Okay, so in terms of drinks, I'm gonna scroll like all the way down to the bottom. I want to get some of these really expensive. Granny Smash. Okay, maybe we do like Cupid Juice, Simsmopolitan. I like a Sea of Fire. And then we can do a few different kinds of wines, perhaps. Nectar, I mean. And then I think we could probably have like some kind of fancy tea or something. Just like a couple different kinds of coffees and teas maybe would be good. How many drinks is that? Also a lot of drinks on the drink menu. I think that's fine. There's some good options there. All right, I might pick the main courses next. I don't necessarily have like one particular cuisine in mind. I'm more just thinking like what seems really fancy and really expensive. So just scroll way down to the bottom and go from there. Like a lobster, some trout, steak, you know, like that kind of thing. Oh, lamb, a pan-seared bass. Oh, herb-crusted salmon. I think maybe a pasta could be good too. Actually, I think a steak tartare might make sense for this as well. I don't really have that many things that are vegetarian, and we're getting up into the cheap section now. So I might want to go back. Maybe I'll say this is good, and then we can pick maybe like 2 more would be good. Actually, only 1 thing is vegetarian. Yeah, and as a person who does not eat meat, I think that we need to have some more. I'm gonna look in the vegetarian section and see if we can add like 2 more things. Oh, this could be good. And that's vegan, which is even better. Oh, we could put like, well, where did they go? Oh my God, I lost them. I was gonna put tofu tacos on there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And there's a couple things that are cheaper. We have a nice range of prices. And I'm picturing those being like, this is like Michelin star tacos that we're talking about here, okay? It's like expensive, fancy, like this is fine dining. And the chef is like a fine dining chef. At least I'm gonna try and pretend that. Let's go down to the expensive appetizers too. I think maybe like a salt and pepper shrimp cocktail could be good. Oh, ceviche and chips would be good. And we could probably get a couple of different expensive kinds of soup. How many is that? Oh, too many. I think I want to have just one row of them. Kind of like that. I find that it's nice when you have a sort of minimized menu. Not that this is minimal, but okay, desserts. Let's think. Should I just scroll to the bottom again? I think a tiramisu is always kind of fun and fancy. Oh, this is making me hungry. Thinking about all these things. Like, I want them. I want to have just maybe like 3 or 4 desserts because I feel like that kind of thing happens a lot at really fancy restaurants. Nah, this stuff's too cheap. Let's go back down. Maybe they could have like a really fancy like dragon's breath sorbet or something. Weight of the world. No, that's weird. Oh, churros. That sounds really good right now too. What about like cherry? Maybe we could get a couple different. We could do like banana, chocolate, cherry, and that might be good. That's not that many things. Maybe it's just cherry, chocolate, and then, okay, because I wanted to have a shorter menu. So 5 is probably good. All right, sorry, I spent way too long worrying about this. But before we actually start the build segment, I think now is a good time to tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, Helix Sleep. Normally, I'd like to do a little thematically appropriate segue into the sponsored segment, but today's video is very kindly sponsored by Helix Sleep, and there is not going to be a single bed on this lot. This is a restaurant, so there's not going to be any mattresses. But Helix makes premium mattresses that are customized to fit your needs and shipped directly to your door with free shipping in in the US, and they make it so easy to find the right mattress. They actually have a sleep quiz on their website, and you can answer some questions about you and your sleep preferences. Maybe you're a side sleeper who prefers a firmer mattress, you know, stuff like that. And they'll use your answers to help match you for the perfect mattress for you based on those sleep preferences. Me and Dan got matched with the Helix Dusk, and we've had it for like 4 years now. We also have the Glaciotex cooling cover on ours. There is nothing worse to me than feeling hot when I sleep. And I live in Florida, so like those two things just don't really mesh that well. But having a cooling mattress helps to keep us comfortable all summer long, and I am especially grateful to have it right now during these nightmarishly hot summer nights. We've had the mattress for a few years, but just a couple of months ago, I started using their new Comfort Adjust cooling pillows. These also have that Glaciotex heat conductive fabric, so they'll help you sleep cool during the night, but they're also really customizable. You can change the firmness and the height of the pillow to be most comfortable for you. It's really cool, and I have loved having mine. Most pillows are kind of a one size fits all thing, but sleep is so important, and it's great to have something like this that fits your needs so perfectly and also can kind of adjust and change with your needs over time. Like you can make it more firm or less firm whenever you want. So thank you so much to Helix Sleep for sponsoring today's video. You can visit helixsleep.com/lilsimsie to take advantage of their 4th of July sale. You can get 20% off site-wide right now, but also be on the lookout for additional sales on their site because they're going to be running more throughout the month. And with that, let's go ahead and get back into the build. Okay, we are back. Let's start thinking about what this building needs to look like. I'm picturing a lot of this side being indoor, huge windows. And I kind of want it to have a lofted space upstairs, and we can put maybe like a few more. This is not the kind of fence I'm gonna want to use. But maybe we can have like a larger table or something up there. I don't know. I always like that kind of thing. I think it's sort of interesting to have the split leveling. I've been looking at some pictures in real life of like rooftop restaurants and stuff like that. So I kind of have an idea, at least a little bit of what I'm going for. You're gonna have to bear with me for a second because this might look a little bit weird in the beginning, but I swear it's gonna come together. I think this needs to be a tiny bit wider then. Basically, my vision is to have some kind of large spandrel, and I kind of thought it would be black. Is that black? That one's brown. Okay, so this is like a dark gray black color. I kind of wanted this to look a little bit like some kind of custom built pergola, but I want it to be wide because that way it hopefully will be less distracting in game. Like it won't be super in the way of everything. If I were to use, oh, that actually works really well. This is the dine out column. So it has some lighting on it too, which is kind of nice. I wonder if I could open this up just a little bit more. Can I delete this whole thing? Oh my gosh, I can't even find it. You know what? That might look better. It's still really fancy, but it's not like in the way or blocking anything. We probably just want to have like a metal fence, right? Is that one too dark? It might be pushing it a little bit. I'm still probably going to use it though. All right, this part's kind of annoying because we have to delete these all manually because if I draw across to delete them, it'll delete the spandrels, and I would like to keep my spandrels. I think maybe those are too much, the fences. I might put something that's a little bit simpler. Businesses and Hobbies has a very simple fence. I don't know if that's better. Or maybe we could do a glass one. Oh, you know what? That might look nicer. What about the spa day glass one? Because that has like a base to it. Yeah, actually, I think that looks really good. Okay, I want to get just a couple more columns around here so that they can all access it. I was kind of picturing having, and I don't know if this is going to be weird or not. It might be a little weird, but I kind of pictured having something along those lines over here. Oh, maybe it could be smaller and there could be like a little back section. I think the building itself can be relatively simple. Oh, you can't place a fountain up here? Oh, I guess I knew that, didn't I? I want like that one. I want one of the cool debug ones, but I don't think we can do that. Could it be the pool? Yeah, you can do a pool. Oh, can I put platforms in the pool? Maybe not on this part of the pool. Oh, here's an idea. What if we did something like that? The fountain has to be way deep in there, but I think that could be kind of cool for the exterior shape to have something like a little bit more interesting. Oh my God, that scared me. It's thunder in real life. Sorry, I didn't know it was gonna start storming. I couldn't tell that was gonna be coming. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm actually gonna shrink this a little bit more too. I've decided. I think that would be good for us. Okay, weird shape. You're gonna have to just trust me on this one. I might wanna flip this around. Like maybe we remove the floor on this side because we could have the staircase in the back leading up to it. Dan just messaged me and said that thunder was out of nowhere. Okay, so it wasn't just me that thought that. Stan thought the same thing and brought it up to me on his own. Okay, I think I might put the bathrooms here. Oh, but I kind of want to have like toilet stalls. You think I can fit that? Okay, must be bigger. I think we could do them like that. And then I was sort of imagining that the hallway could come in like this. We'll have the bathroom sinks right there. And then this can be access to the kitchen for the staff. And the kitchen doesn't need to be humongous either. It can just be like around that size. I don't know why I keep saying the word humongous. I didn't used to do that. I've like, that's started recently. Okay, so medium wall height doors. Oh, I want this to fill the whole wall. None of these are gonna work how I want them to. I think I might have to use glass walls because I want to get like some kind of custom sized windows. So I think I might need to do it like this so that I can have it however I want. Well, now the loft part looks weird. Oh my God, what if the whole thing was 2 stories and it wasn't actually lofted? Or like maybe the loft part could just be a bit smaller. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. Let's make sure the outside looks good first. Not that like priorities are gonna be a little bit out of whack with that one, but the truth is, this is what I want. Okay, I had kind of been picturing a lot of the rest of this having brick elsewhere. I wonder what would happen if I did make this part smaller for myself so I could keep it how I want. No, go back to how it was. This is fine like this. Okay, I'm gonna want to get columns around the corners where we can fit them. Yeah, so my thought process is that maybe there could be a big door that takes you outside that's like right here. I don't really know about that one. But like some kind of large exterior door would be in this area. I guess it has to be kind of gray instead of true black because everything else is kind of gray, huh? I think I might not actually put any outdoor space here. I might have only this one door and this is the outdoor space. The rest of it might be pretend outdoor space. I really like the look of that. Like, I just think that's so cool. Okay. Can I do some black? That's not really the right shade of black though, is it? Oh my God, and it probably never will be because these things won't work. This is all like way too dark. Oh no. I think that's okay. I mean, what does it look? This is the like daytime lighting. It isn't the right color, but that's way too light, right? Wow, that's really annoying that I can't match them how I want. I want to put like something small above the front door. I think that could work. We could have the logo on this. Oh, maybe the logo should go here actually. Oh yeah, that would be good. Does this let you size it up? Ooh, I mean, that kind of has some potential too. I quite like how it's on the side. Little asymmetrical moment, you know? Interesting. Should we have an asymmetrical door then? Now it's raining. It just started now. And what if it was small like this? And that's how you enter the building? Well, what if I put the sign on this side instead? Because maybe that's more the vibes. Actually, I think that looks really good. We do have some things that we can put windows with. That way the bathroom will have some kind of window, which I think it needs. I feel like honestly these walls maybe could have no windows. Like we leave the inside pretty simple. Is that weird that that's the only door? What if I had 2 of them? I want it to stay off to the side though. Uh-oh. See, this is businesses and hobbies brick, but I don't know if I want it to be gray. Unless I do. Well, maybe the gray brick looks really cool. We can try to add some more interesting touches on the inside, like color-wise, you know? I want to put half walls around this part because then I can raise the columns up. Okay, I'm gonna get a bit of a glass roof. I've been using this so much lately. I can't stop. I know, I'm sorry, but this is so good. I think it needs that too. Like that really helps with the roof line situation. Okay, and then I'm trying to think, maybe we want to have like a paneling on this side, some kind of siding or something. We could go a little bit darker and have this part be like a true black. Well, that actually looks kind of cool. Okay, so maybe the rooftop here becomes black and perhaps this rooftop could be, I'm wondering about like a metal kind of texture. It almost needs to be a little bit lighter though, or maybe that one could work. I'm kind of trying to have this like mix of gray and black, but maybe that's bad. Maybe we should just fully commit to that part being black. I was worried that it was too dark, and it is darker black than some of the other pieces, but it looks better like that when it's more solid. I'll put like a little wood, black wood right there. Okay, we could probably have, I'm wondering about a few larger windows up here. Oh, that's too big. We could do Love Struck ones. Love Struck was born for this. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. I think that's pretty interesting. Oh no, that trim is bad. Shall we make this archway a little bit bigger? I kind of wanted it to look cooler than this, but oh well. What have I done on the outside now? Oh my gosh. Okay, I was just thinking maybe we could put a ceiling on that and then have more here. He doesn't really want to have a ceiling. Well, that's fine by me because I'm kind of considering having the elevator be in this part because we need to have one of those. Do you think I could use like the giant one? That's like so cool. It's so cool. It doesn't matter if it's clipping because there's nothing up there above it. Okay, I can't save until we have all of the requirements added in. So I'm just gonna get some of these things because that way I can save the game, which I think that would be good. You know, I'm interested in being able to save. We can do 2 chef stations. Waiter station, I thought I might put in here. Oh, well, I can also steal a little bit of room from this and we can put waiter stations in this. Okay, and then a host station, I thought I would have kind of by the elevator so they can come in and then be amazed. You know, we should try and build like a custom divider or something behind this. Okay, dining spot. Somehow that counts. All right, let's save. Part of me is wondering about doing some like kind of fancy polished concrete-esque flooring. Then I'm wondering about like marble. Like what if the whole thing was just marble? Oh, what about the businesses and hobbies concrete? Because that's got it's stamped like this. Well, at the very least, we could use that outside because that would be really beautiful, I think. Maybe not inside. Maybe inside we could do. I mean, part of me is like, what if we had a marble kind of situation? I just think it's too light and I don't really want it to be black. So what if there was like a very dark wood tone? So it's not black, but it's a pretty dark color. Okay, I also need to make sure that I have the lights kind of organized correctly, bearing in mind that we aren't going to be able to have as many ceiling lights as we probably want because it's all 2 stories tall. That's okay though. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about doing something like this. I've never used that before, and I think that's kind of interesting. Oh, maybe it would be better if we put... What happens if you have more than one host stand? Does the game start to break? I don't really want it to. Okay, I know that you can't really put the host stand inside of a counter because it decides to stop working when you do that, but I could put it probably with a counter, kind of like this. Okay, and then we can have maybe some seating, more along the lines of like seating that they could use to wait, you know, like this is the waiting area. What do you think would happen if I did these? There's some clipping in there, which is really bothering me. What happens if I size them down so they fit nicely? Oh, size down, it's the correct size. But is that too low? Oh, that's not too low. Maybe it doesn't look good though. I kind of like that it's just the fancy thing behind it. We could size this thing up huge if we wanted to. Maybe we could have that in the corner of the building. I actually do really like that. What color did I use out here? The second one. Okay. But yeah, imagine if we had like the seats around that and some really cool wallpaper and stuff. Oh, you know what I could do right here? Is put a bar in front of this thing because we can still have the host stand nearby it, but then we would have a fancy bar. I want it to be 4 tiles wide, but I don't really like a lot of these ones. I mean, this curved Love Struck one is pretty cool, I must admit. So we could possibly do that. Then we don't have a bar back, but I guess, I mean, this is the bar back, right? Like, yeah, I'm not sure about the host stand situation. I'm doing like all these things that I don't even need to be doing right now too, which is so bad. Oh, I was like, why can I still see that? Why is it blocking things? These lights are actually not as fancy as you think they would be, or at least they're not as big as you would think they would be. I think I might actually put that over here. I think it would be nice in the center of that wall. Oh, that won't work. I want to be able to see it from the outside. Should we put it over here? It's kind of in a random little corner, but I don't know if that's a problem. Oh, before I leave that there, I just want to see about... Oh, that won't work. I was going to say I want to see about booth seating, but it's going to be too big. Oh, that would have been cool too. Well, we could have one section of it, and we can fill this part in too, which might make for some more interesting exterior stuff. And we can fill in this little wall too, which might make it look kind of interesting in there. Yeah, actually, I think that's so cool. Should I put this in the corner then still? I can just be right there. That's fine. There are some interesting tables from Lovestruck. I think we probably want... I actually don't know. Do I want it to be glass? Or should I have it be darker? And then also there's the question, like, should it have... Oh, I deleted the whole thing by accident. Oh my gosh. Go away. Should we do it like this and have them have linens over them? I don't know. These life and death ones are interesting because they're marble. You know what? That is actually so cool. I think we should do that one. We should get a really fun wallpaper that hopefully tiles nicely along this wall. And it could have color to it. I don't know what this game thinks fun means, but none of these are really speaking to me. Do these? No, those don't layer. Okay, awesome. I think this one would layer, but it might just be better to not have it be, like, I think the brick would actually look better probably on that particular wall. Oh, it does look really good though. I might stick to that. Okay, this is Book Nook Kit. It's like one single panel of something. Do you think I should put another one of these? No, we shouldn't break it up anymore. I like it how it is. We could maybe use, should there be less brick? Oh, we could do brick there and then brick here, because those are like main exterior walls. And then this is just like a really fancy wood paneled wall. Okay. I like that. I know that Love Struck has some chairs that I think I'll like. And if not these, oh, you know what we should do? I'm sorry to use another kit. Modern Luxe kit. And we can keep it with the gold accents too. I think that looks so good. There's way less space inside of this place than I thought there would be. It's actually like quite small. Oh, that's not enough space to walk through. I think we need to have some square tables. Do you think that's too many? I actually don't think so. And we can do some more bigger tables outside, I'm picturing. Let me make sure I get these columns on the inside too. We need to get some kind of really fancy, nice piece of art. I'm curious about, there's that base game one, this. Like if we put that pretty big, I feel like that's cool. And we can get a nice light above it. I'm gonna have to size the light up. The default size looks so teeny tiny next to that. All right, that's a little bit too high. Put it a bit lower. Now it's not clipping. But I feel like maybe this should be on this side then, because I don't want to have those too close together. They looked kind of weird when they were together. I kind of want to put nothing directly behind this. Oh, you know what else we could use? Instead of putting any of the table settings from like, I don't know, Dine Out, even like the Cozy Bistro kit, what if we put these really pretty ones? These are lilies. I think that would be amazing as the centerpiece. They're larger, so it's like, I don't know, it kind of adds something. A little bit of pizzazz, if you will. This is like a little corner planter. I think I'm gonna want to have, no, I'm gonna want to have bigger planters than that. Okay, there are some plain versions of this tree. If we wanted to put any of them outside, is that worth sizing up? That is unhinged, I think. Oh, but maybe it's good that it's unhinged. Oh no, that's cool. I think it needs that. I kind of like that it's white too. Those are all centered fine. Oh, it's kind of clipping. Are there any sides where it doesn't do that? It's only slight. Can we just not look at it that close? Can we just like pretend that it's not happening? I want to get a really tall plant in here now as well. There's like a palm tree. There's also this one. That is from another kit though, unfortunately. And the lighting always looks kind of weird on it. But I feel like maybe having something that big inside would be good for this. Maybe they could have some small windows at the top up here. Oh, I actually kind of like that to break up the wall. Okay, let's start thinking more seriously about this area. I want to have, I think, like a nice sofa. I'm wondering about putting built-ins. That is a built-in sofa bench thing. Oh, we could probably have that wrap around. Oh, we could do the actual rounded one. No, I think it needs to, no, it needs to be actually in the corner. But we could like finish that around there and then we can have another, I don't know. Well, what if we make them come, this is like a little bit more of an annoyance, but what if we have them come outside and then they can check in at this table right here, because then more of the inside can be open. Some of these plants, I feel like if I size them up, it looks so weird. Yeah, that plant will do well here. I think that maybe we should put some more artwork along this wall somehow. And then we also need some artwork above this. Maybe I look at some of the things from Dine Out. Oh, like what about the wine glass one? I kind of like that color. What are the alternatives? Are there any other large, modern-ish looking pictures? Oh my gosh. That one is from the mosquito stuff pack, which is a curse. Me using that is kind of messed up, but now I want to. Let's just look at more of the things from Dine Out overall. I feel like this might be kind of a nice little touch. I mean, we could maybe even just use this. Oh no, I'm not sure about the red lighting. I like the shape of that sign a lot though. Oh, but we could do something like this. That could be good. It honestly doesn't need to have much. I think that that's like the beauty of some of these fancy restaurants is they're actually relatively simple. So I guess we're kind of trying to stick with that. I like how the inside look. That's nice. Okay, let me put some more of the flooring here. I guess we gotta try and mimic the walls. I think I'll just extend the same colors over. And then we want doors. I want like a really tall single door. I've always liked this one for that reason. That's the businesses and hobbies door. Is that even black? Because one of them is green. I think that's the green. This is like a frosted glass black door. And I think that's fine for the bathroom, especially if we put a bathroom sign. Maybe I'll put like, well, I was gonna put it on the door, but now I don't know if I like it. Toilet sign, and then that should work. We could probably get some kind of cool artwork in here too. How about that? I like the purple on that actually. I put some lights above each of them. Maybe there could be a little table in here or something. I think Dine Out has, yeah, like these marble accent tables. I mean, they size down pretty well and they look pretty cool right there. And it gives us some more marble. All right, I'm really, really, really excited about the interior. Let's try and throw together the rest of the kitchen and bathroom stuff now. I figure, so they want me to have a mailbox? But this is so random to me because you don't actually need a mailbox. This is a community lot, but we can put one. I feel like we'll definitely keep the trash chute right here by this door. That'll make this easy for us. I will give the kitchen a small set of windows because I feel guilty that they don't have any. With a view like this as well, like they're gonna want to be able to see out of it and they can't. I had always kind of imagined myself, oh, that's clipping. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've kind of imagined myself having like some kind of landscaping or trees or something over here. I might raise this up on a tiny platform though. Does it want to have just like the glass stuff? It's probably okay if that's clipping because that's not actually a room that we can access. Yeah, it's covered, so you don't need to know about the clipping. It's fine. Don't even worry. Yeah, I like how it has a little bit of additional greenery. I think that it kind of needs that. I was gonna use this sized up, just like a lot of bushes. What if there was a different kind of fence then? Well, you know what I will say about this is I kind of like how that makes it look like it's much taller. Like it kind of gives some extra dimension to the shape of the building, maybe. But you know what? That could also be done if we just like raise the platform right up. Oh, you know what? I might even just do that. I kind of like that. I feel like it doesn't even need to be anything that fancy. Like we could just put like solid black on it or something. Yeah, I kind of like that. What about some of the plants from like the backyard stuff pack? Or no, perfect patio. Okay, I put a little hedge there. It's kind of weird looking in a way that I think is fun. So I did that. I wonder if I might want to use like a tile around the outside of this. There's not as many tile half wall trim things as you would think there would be. I think it's probably better for it to be solid. We can make it really big too, like this. Okay, and then I want to paint the floor a darker color. Here's some little floor lights around the outside edge. So we're gonna want to have, this is a large double dome. That simply will not do. That's a medium double dome. I guess we probably want like a small double dome water emitter that could go right there. Well, I wonder how big the double dome one would look. Maybe I should bring a sim here so that we can see it in live mode. Probably good to test it out at nighttime anyway. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, I'm searching the word jet because I want to get a large jet water emitter to go there. I'm gonna try and put like so many fountains. The other kind that I wanted to get, I want this like medium spraying water emitter. I don't know if that's gonna look weird. I might have to rotate it to be the other way. Oh, you know what? That's actually okay. I think is less to do with the spraying. And I think it's like these, the jet ones don't look as good as I want them to. But if we leave it with just the spraying ones, I wonder what would happen if I put like loads of them. Like what if I got myself some more of these and they all sprayed into the middle of the fountain? That's kind of cool. Okay. Let's make it not rain. That would probably help if it was sunny outside. I said I wanted to get fairy lights, didn't I? I think we can make that happen. We just gotta make sure we raise these up to be the same height. Oh, one higher than that. Because you want it to be touching the top. Yeah, oh my god, this could be so cool. I really wish that we had more fairy light options in this game. Because we actually don't have that many. And this is the one that like, I wish I had more like this. Like some easy modular ones and some various different lengths. Because they like to give us ones that are all kind of a similar length, but if we had some more length variety, it'd be even easier to use them. Perfect. That's so pretty. We want to get some more on this side then too. Okay, I put those a little bit too low. So one more up and you one more up. Now I have to try and sort out like outdoor dining tables and stuff. Maybe I could move this mailbox to be like on a random wall. I mean, we could put the mailbox in the kitchen and make the mail people come in there. Because the reality is they probably won't even. So we could just do whatever. I think I want to put this little privacy hedge here because I think we could really benefit from having a little bit more. I'm going to start trying to lay out how I want to put the tables. I think I might do a different kind of chair outside too. Everybody always laughs at me when I use this chair because it's just metal. And like, imagine how hot that would be outside if you had a metal chair. And like, yeah, sure, I get that, but it's The Sims, so it doesn't actually matter. And I can use whatever I want. I'm realizing I actually kind of want to switch these chairs. I think I might make all the tables be glass outside. Okay, I think this is a reasonable layout. So there's a few more 2-seating tables. There's a couple more 3 ones. And then if you have, you know, 6 Sims, anybody can sit at these tables. And then people with 4 can sit in here. All right, we're almost done. I just want to get some more little details together. And then of course we have to do the last 2 rooms that we haven't touched yet. Oh, somebody's actually washing their hands. I kind of forgot that The room was like technically speaking functional. Oh, should we use the stenciled floor? That's so nice. I think I might put the brick on the back wall too. Me personally, I would never bring an infant to this lot if I was playing here. Like genuinely speaking in terms of gameplay, I would never bring an infant to a restaurant, but I will put a changing table there because that might be kind of nice for them to have. Might only put one sink right there. I can't explain it, but I kind of just want to. I might get another one of the trash chutes though, because that would be helpful. What about something really funky like this? That's kind of cool. Well, I would say that this so far is a very stylish restaurant. Last thing, I might do the same concrete, but without the stamping. We'll put that inside of the kitchen. Maybe they could have tile walls too. Okay, so what else could we put in the kitchen? I think maybe just some more of the dine out decor. I was kind of thinking about like, honestly, that stuff. Maybe we just put one of them though, and then we could have like a fridge and maybe even a dishwasher or something in the corner. I mean, they don't really need a dishwasher either, so it might just be like a fridge and a sink. Okay, yeah, that works for me. I mean, I like it. What else do we have from dine out that we could put on the walls? I was thinking about getting some shelves. Maybe shelves could be right here, and then maybe there could be like, oh, should I put the menu on the wall? Yeah, let's put this menu board out here on the wall. Oh my god, that's perfect. Okay, I've got like kind of an asymmetrical thing going with that sign right there. I think that's fine. I don't want to complicate it too much because I'm worried about causing problems for the Sims. We can put a little drain in the floor, or maybe even like 2 of them. And then I think the build might be done. This was so fun. I'm so glad I finally did this. I'm gonna call it the City View Restaurant. Technically it's 3 bathrooms. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I do need to rotate it because the front of the lot is technically on that side. This game is evil. What the heck? I must have rotated it back and forth a couple times without realizing. It like won't go to the front. Now we're talking. Let me just let the game run for a second because I want to be able to see the fountain. Amazing. Okay. It is uploaded to the gallery in case you want to download it. Thank you again for watching, and also huge thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring today's video. You can go to helixsleep.com/lilsimsie or click on the link down below to check out that 4th of July sale and get 20% off site-wide. But also they're going to be running discounts throughout the month, so make sure you check back as well. And I'm going to catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. I really am in my modern build era, huh? I just keep building modern stuff everywhere, but I'm having a lot of fun with it recently. I've changed this year.